Morning, guys. Manly men cook with cast iron. Coffee with Bash. Oh, I've been kind of wondering what I should talk about today. I'll try to do this at least once a week. And, there's so many different things I could discuss. And I don't even know where to start today. So, this might seem a bit random and out there. Suppose maybe I could tell a story this morning. Tell a story about this past hunting season. Yeah, we'll call this Bash and the Young Buck. So I thought I was going to end up having to call the game warden and explain why I'd shot an illegal deer this past season. Because we had a little buck on the property I was hunting that had dropped its antlers already. Really relatively early in the season for some reason. It dropped its antlers, and it was just a little spike buck. It probably when it had its antlers on there, I'd be surprised if it had more than 4 inches of antler to begin with. But yeah, I was one morning coming into my spot and decided to do a little bit of still hunting because I'd gotten there a bit late and just figured I'd make the most of the day, and here comes this little buck that I'd been seeing. And he sees me. And this thing couldn't have weighed more than 100 pounds. I mean, 90, 100 pounds, somewhere around there. And he puts his head right down. And he starts coming right at me. and, your first reaction when a wild animal comes at you, I raise my rifle up and I'm like, all right, this is. But by the time he got close to me, I kind of had the realization that, like, if I need to actually shoot this little thing, I'm doing something wrong. So I just kind of prepared myself to defend myself. Like, I reached down to my side. I was like, the only way I'm going to get away with this with the game warden is if I end up having to stab this thing. So fortunately, at the last minute there, the last second, he decided to just turn away from me. But it was humorous. Like, even in the moment, I was kind of laughing to myself about how this buck just put his head down. This little frickin' buck just put his head down and decided he wanted to come at me. And when I got home, I told my wife about this, and she's like, "You know what that is?" I said, "What?" Because that's the equivalent of a teenage boy who thinks he's got more testosterone than he really does. I was like, well, looking back, that kind of reminded me of some of the dumb things I did as a teenager. And we get away with it because we're teenagers, right? So, yeah. Bash and the Young Buck. I will catch y'all next time.